We have nothing, in my opinion, we have nothing to go out there and campaign on, Chris. It's embarrassing.
Right.
That is Republican House lawmaker Andy Biggs of Arizona. He's talking to a conservative host on Newsmax.
Well, I know the Republican Party in the Congress, the majority has zero accomplishments.
Zero accomplishments for the GOP Congress. Marjorie Taylor Greene, your thoughts?
I feel like many of the American people that think that Republicans in Congress completely fail them. I feel the same way, and I'm a Republican member of Congress.
Just months ago, Republican Chip Roy of Texas made the same point.
One thing. I want my Republican colleagues to give me one thing, one, that I can go campaign on and say we did. One. Anybody sitting in the complex, if you want to come down to the floor and come explain to me one material, meaningful, significant thing the Republican majority has done besides, well, I guess it's not as bad as the Democrats.
As Axios reports, Capitol Hill's stunner, 2023 led to fewest laws in decades. Quote, the 118th Congress is on track to be one of the most unproductive in modern history. The big picture, just 20 bills have been passed by both chambers and signed into law. The vast majority were uncontroversial bills that passed either by unanimous consent or with minimal opposition, including multiple measures to rename Veterans Affairs clinics. What Congress has not done is pass government spending bills to avoid a looming shutdown, address foreign aid to Israel and Ukraine, or reach even a preliminary agreement on addressing the border crisis.
Some people are saying, why not pass the $14 billion supplemental bill that President Biden has put before you to at least try to help with some of these issues?
That won't solve. That won't solve any of the problems
no.
I just articulated.
Right,
that won't do a darn thing.
Well,
No.
I'm sure the people in the Border Patrol agents that you're with think it might do something, at least in terms of making their job a little easier for the next month or so.
No, actually they don't.
They don't want the $14 billion?
No? According to state lawmakers in Texas, at a briefing last week by Border Patrol Command, Texas legislators were specifically told they were seriously understaffed. So, while the GOP Congress cannot agree on beefing up staffing along the border or on keeping the government funded, the Republicans in the House have managed to get something else started.
Just a short time ago, Republicans in the House voting to begin a formal impeachment inquiry into President Biden. The next step follows the years-long scrutiny of the president and his family that has turned up no proof of high crimes and misdemeanors.
On this vote, the yeas are 221 and the nays are 212. The resolution is adopted.
Of course, Donald Trump wants to keep it going into the next year for the campaign season.
You think Trump's directing this?
Oh, completely.
And amidst all the politics at play, several Republicans are having difficulties answering basic Biden impeachment questions.
What exactly is the high crime or misdemeanor that's being investigated?
Well, that's a good point. And I haven't seen any of that today, but I'm looking forward to the investigative committees saying, I have 3 different committees that are all focused on this. Okay, put up or shut up. You either have the evidence or you don't.
If this is perceived as being a revenge impeachment or a politicized impeachment, and as you say, all impeachments have political aspects to it, but if it's seen as being as a political weapon, it will hurt the Republicans.
Public polling suggests it is already hurting Republicans. And between the Republican obsession with the Biden impeachment, the gridlock in basic governance, and a potential shellacking in 2024, more than a dozen GOP lawmakers have sprinted for the exits permanently. Headline, MTN, House Republican majority shrinks. With each passing day, Republicans in the House are jumping ship. Headline, Fox News. Blaine Luetkemeyer becomes latest House Republican to announce retirement. The Missouri Republican issued a statement saying, after a lot of thoughtful discussion with my family, I've decided not to file for re-election. The House Press Gallery says Luetkemeyer is now the 14th Republican to announce a departure. Just weeks ago, former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy retired early from the House, and lawmakers voted to expel embattled New York Republican George Santos. The Republican control of the House over Democrats now stands at 219 to 213. That means Democrats need to flip just 3 seats in the November 2024 elections to become the House majority. Meanwhile, Republican lawmakers who are scrambling to stay in Congress are getting crushed amidst their far-right talking points.
Since the first day I ran for public office, I promised I would do whatever it takes to stop the socialists and communists from taking over our country.
Headline, Ross story. Lauren Boebert hit by hometown newspaper for interview bereft of local knowledge. Boebert has switched districts to try and improve her chances. According to the Durango Herald, though, quote, the Congresswoman struggled to offer detailed differentiation between the two districts. Representing a district with a large urban area, referring to Douglas County, was the only major distinction between districts 3 and 4 she offered. My job is on-the-job training, the Congresswoman said when asked what she might have to learn about the 4th district. In the interview, Boebert said the district switch was due to the breakup of her marriage. Quote, the fresh start is really in regards to my personal life. There's definitely been some changes, Boebert said, referring to a turbulent divorce last year. But a few days earlier, Boebert told another interviewer she was forced to change districts because of Hollywood celebrities.
When you have Barbara Streisand coming in and donating to the Democrat, when you have Ryan Reynolds coming in and donating to the Democrat, it shows you that Hollywood is trying to buy their way into Congress. They do not have policies that they are running on. They're simply running against Lauren Boebert.
Federal Election Commission records show that last year, Streisand gave 3rd District Democratic candidate Adam Frisch $1,000. Reynolds gave Frisch $1,500.
And we have to shut down the Hollywood elites who are trying to buy my current district. And Colorado's 3rd district is not for sale. But with my announcement running in the 4th district, that shut down the money, the dark money that was flowing into our district to try to purchase this seat.
To be fair, in a video she issued herself, Boebert did refer to the divorce, but also spoke out about the Hollywood campaign donations to Democrats.
It's the right move for me personally, and it's the right decision for those who support our conservative movement.
Colorado's 4th district is more conservative than the 3rd, where polls show Boebert losing by double digits to Democrat Adam Frisch, who she barely defeated in 2022. Also, Frisch has raised $7.7 million this year compared to Boebert's $2.2 million.
This is the right move for Colorado, for us. Since the first day I ran for public office, I promised I would do whatever it takes to stop the socialists and communists from taking over our country. That means staying in the fight, but it also means not allowing Hollywood elites and progressive money groups to buy the 3rd district.
However Lauren Boebert tries to justify her scramble to stay in Congress, she and other like-minded Republicans are in deep trouble. Polls show Democratic voters are more energized. President Biden's approval rating is surging on the economy, the issue most important to voters, and the Democrats have proven that their message about protecting women's rights against the GOP is a winner. And the Republicans who control the House can't seem to govern or get anything done. Now, to be clear, there is a conservative argument that passing no legislation is better than passing bad legislation or bad policies. But by all accounts, the Republican-led House is the least productive in modern history. And even Republican lawmakers are now admitting their conservative leadership has been dysfunctional, the GOP has no accomplishments, and Republican governance has been a failure. By the way, Georgia's Marjorie Taylor Greene is under fire for alleged insider trading. And to underscore her family values, Greene just blamed her son.
I think what was reported was actually related to my son's account.
Check out that video at the link below. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.